Good day, my friends. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be focused on learning vocabulary. Bluegrass vocabulary for the mandolin so that you can learn how to improvise using different pieces of vocabulary and mixing and matching things you already know and doing a little bit of composing on the spot using rhythm, using licks. So we're going to use the song Blue Ridge Cabin Home as the template because the nice thing about Blue Ridge Cabin Home is it goes from the 1 to the 4 to the 5 on repeat. There's no real variation. So we're going to use this song and we're going to learn 4 pieces of vocabulary that you can use over each of the chords in the song. The chords are the 1, 4, 5 and G, and the G chord, the C chord, and the D chord. And we're going to start by learning vocabulary piece number 1, statement or phrase number 1, right? Music is a language. Let's learn a phrase, let's learn a piece of vocabulary that we can use in so many different contexts. And it's this kind of bouncy, repeating type of bluegrass lick, and then we're going to break it down into 4 different variations. So let's start with lick number 1. We're going to start using the G note on the high E string as kind of the home bass, and we're going to slide from the minor third to the major third. And we're going to start with an upstroke, and I'll tell you why later. Start with an upstroke, that's a slide. The next note is a upstroke as well. And then you're going to do, so you've got the slide, which is an upstroke, the upstroke on the G note, and then down, up, down. And that is on the 7th fret, the 5th fret, and the 3rd fret on the high E string there. So the entire lick sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you can repeat that lick indefinitely. We're going to try some different rhythms, but we're going to start with just that rhythm, and I'm going to slow it down for you. 3 and 4 and. Try it just once. And actually, the way that we'll practice this lick is we'll play it just once. And we'll get used to playing it not as a repeating lick, but we're just going to play it once per chord. So on the first chord, which is G, we're going to play that lick. And then we're going to learn how to move that exact same lick to every chord in the song. So if you want to go from the 1 chord, this is over the 1 chord. That's over your G. If you want to move to the 4 chord, all you have to do is go down 1 string and play the same thing. Now that's over the C. If you want to go to the 5 chord, you just take the 4 chord lick and move it up 2 frets. That gives you your D chord lick. So you've got your G chord lick, your C chord lick, and your D chord lick. And the key part of getting this type of rhythm that I'm playing for you right now is to get the picking right. Because the rhythm is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. A 4 E and a 1. You can really put it anywhere you want on the beat, but the key is up, up, down for the strokes. Up, up, down, up, down. And if you get that picking right, you can repeat that lick. And you can feel the pulse within that lick, and I'll show you with a metronome. If I put a metronome on, and I set it, if I put that click on, and I just speak the rhythm of that lick, ba-da, 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 ba-da. You want to be able to get that with the pulse. So the first note is before the beat, and the second note you slide to is on the beat. So you should be sliding onto the beat like that. Even practice just that. 3, 4. Once you can slide onto the beat, try the next note. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. And that's the rhythm of it. Notice how my downstrokes are on a click. Right? If I just play the first 3 or 4 notes, that downstroke's on a click and the next downstroke's on a click. Right? That last note. So getting the rhythm right is key. Once you've kind of got a hang of the picking of that lick and the rhythm, practicing it really slow, I'm going to show you how to learn this piece of vocabulary and practice it kind of like a ninja. And we're going to expand as we go. So follow me along here. I've got Blue Ridge Cabin Home pulled up on Strum Machine. And I'll zoom in here. And I'll set it to, I've just got it to 60 beats per minute. You can go a bit slower if you want, but I'll just show you how I would practice this. So I'd be... You could actually even just loop that first chord, and I'll go down to 50 beats per minute, and you play one lick per bar, right? So I call this 2 bars. So this is 1 bar right here, this is 1 bar right here. So per each bar, you're going to play the lick once. So it would sound like this. And you're just going to repeat. And you're going to do that with the right picking. So up, up, down, up, down. 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 Okay, and pause that. So practice that at whatever tempo you need to get locked into the rhythm there. If you need to slow it down to 40, right, or 30, 3, 4, a 1, a 2, 3, a 1, a 2, ba-da, 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 ba-da. And once you've got that comfortable over one chord, just repeat it for a while. Then you're going to practice it over each chord of the song. So I'll show you what that would sound like. So I've got my first lick. Again. Move it to the C. Move it to the D. Move it back to the G. Then you would keep practicing that until it felt really comfortable. Once you've got that, okay, there's steps to this. So this is lick vocabulary number 1. We're going to go on to the next licks, but before we do that, I'm going to show you how to continue practicing this. So once you've got that comfortable at whatever tempo you're starting at, whatever your comfortable tempo is, then you're going to take Strum Machine and you're going to set it to auto speed up. You're going to set it to increase by 1 beats per minute you could either do every 2 repetitions. I recommend that. Every 2 repetitions, it goes up by 1. You can experiment with this, right? You could set it to go up by 1 beat per minute every repetition. But the slower you speed up, the better. And the more time you spend practicing this, the better. So let's say I set a timer for 30 minutes and said, I'm going to practice this one lick, and I'm going to let the auto speed up, gradually speed it up, and I'm going to see how much faster I get by 30 minutes of practicing this one lick over each chord, and see if I can get it up to a goal tempo. Let's say your goal tempo, depending on where you're at already, but let's say eventually a goal tempo could be 100 beats per minute. So you say, I'm going to practice this every day for 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm going to see what tempo I can get it up to after a couple days, after 5 days, after 7 days. See how far you can get in a week. And your goal eventually, there's no rush, is to get up to 100 beats per minute. Let's just hear what that sounds like at 100. Say that's your goal. Maybe your goal is 80. It doesn't matter what the goal is. It matters that you set one and that you achieve it. It's better if you set it lower and achieve it than set it higher and don't achieve it. Make it so that you can progress every day and work towards something and achieve that thing. And then just keep doing that over weeks, months, years, decades, and centuries. You'll be on a good path. Okay. That's lick number 1. That's how you practice it. Let's move to another variation on this same idea. So that is what I would call a lick. A lick is not one thing. Like, that is an idea that can be multiplied into 100 different ideas. We're going to just basically break it down so that we can see how many ideas we can get out of one idea. We're going to do 4 today. But remember, it's kind of infinite, and that's the creative process of enjoying music is understanding that you can make anything out of something simple, right? So let's take that lick and let's chop it in half. We've got the first half, and then we've got the second half, which is so let's take the second half and play it like that. So we're just playing the second half of the lick, and I'm going to show you if you loop that first chord. Just a little piece of the lick. Then you could practice something like taking even just that one chord and setting it to auto speed up. Do that 1 beat per minute every 2 repetitions or every repetition, and see if you can get that lick now we're at 54, 55, right, and so on. Keep going up, and our picking is down, up, down, 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 and I'm feeling the rhythm, and I just keep going until I get to 100. Alright, I'm not going to go all the way, I'm just showing you what it looks like. Practice it. It just keeps getting faster. And so on. You work your way up to 100. Right? Here's 100. Okay? You get the idea. Now, what do we do with that one lick? If we got it over a G chord, what's the next chord? C. how do you take that lick on a G chord and move it to a C chord? We talked about this in the beginning of the video. How do you take that lick and move it to a C chord? Think about that. And if you don't know, I'll tell you again, but try to memorize this. If you got a lick on, if you got a G lick going here, the way you get to a C lick, one way, is to just move it up one string, or you could say really move it down one string, right? So instead of going over the G chord, you're going, that's over the C chord. Same lick. Move it to the D chord. How do you get there? You move it up 2 frets from the C. That gives you your D. Now, the C chord, go to the D chord, back to the G, 2 more on the G, okay, so you practice that, you can work on speeding that up as well, that lick. Vocabulary piece number 2. Now let's do another one. Let's do a third vocabulary piece. We're just doing simple changes here, and I want to do simple changes so that you can see you don't need that much to create a lot. So we're going to take the same 3 notes, and instead of doing it in that order, we're just going to change the order. And we're going to do it that way. Start with this note. Play that over each chord. And then practice that along with each chord. So we're just changing the order of the note. We've got on speeding that up to 100 beats per minute with the auto speed up function, practicing for 30 minutes ongoing. Let's do one more lick, and then I'm going to show you how to kind of develop this into vocabulary. That's what we're going for, is learning vocabulary, learning how to speak bluegrass. Let's take the first lick again, which was the entire lick. And we're going to play pretty much the same lick, but we're going to change the timing of it a little bit. Instead of going, our slide and our first pluck is going to be on a downbeat. So you're going to do a down pluck there, and then an up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So instead of going up, down, you're going down, up, down, up, down. This is going to come in useful, and I'll show you why in a minute. So instead of going, you're going. So the difference, it's really subtle, but the difference between those 2 licks, here's the first one, here's the second one. The difference is this first note, when you slide on the first lick and you have an up stroke and you slide it, you're actually counting this as a note in the measure. A 1, E, and a 2, right? It's a part of the 16th note pattern. A 1, E, and a 2. The second variation, you're not playing the ah, right? You've got a 1, E, and a 2. In the second variation, you're just going 1, E, and a 2. And this slide, I call it a slide from nowhere. It doesn't really matter if you go from the fret right before or Where you slide from is unimportant, because all that it's doing is giving you a ba-ding right up to the note. Ba-ding. Instead of ba-down, it's ba-ding. So it's a very subtle difference there, but you're just downstroking and sliding to that first note, and it sounds like this. So try that over each chord. And try to get that nuance where you barely can hear the slide, but it's there. Practice that way of playing the rhythm. I'll show you what it sounds like over the beat. 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2. 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 Down, up, down, up, down. 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 Okay. So there is 4 pieces of vocabulary. There's so much you can do with this, and I'm going to show you the next steps. If you want the next steps, join us on Patreon. I'm going to leave it for you there today here on YouTube, but on Patreon, I'm going to show you how to take this and actually put it all together into vocabulary and learn how to mix all these licks, as well as learn more licks and more rhythms and how to connect the chords in so many different ways. There's so much you can do with this. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for subscribing. Please do subscribe if you haven't so far. Please like, share, comment, all the things to help me build this channel from the ground up. Just like we're building these breaks from the ground up, I'm working on this channel. So thanks for the help and support building this, and we'll see you guys in the next video.